Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is time, my friends, for the Arena America Birthday Bash, sponsored by Thirst First. We're going to open up here with the first bounty wheel of the day. We're going to be playing on Miramar first. So, this will be for the first bounty. Killer Deagle, who actually just subscribed. Thank you so much, dude. You are our first bounty of the day. Killer Deagle. For $10. Let me post that in the chat real quick, so I don't forget. 1 second. Killer Deagle, $10. Bounty number 2 for game number 1 on Miramar. Hot Smoking Gun. And Hot Smoking Gun, you're going to have a bounty on your head for $5. Smoking Gun for $5. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will be starting in about 2 minutes. Give us just a moment, and we will be ready to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got an exciting match for you today. We've got some teams returning, lots of players returning from the Arena League that we hosted over the last 7 weeks or so. Our winners were Stray and Mojave. I don't know where they are in the lobby, but we'll find them later on, I'm sure. We're going to be playing some Miramar first for the first 2 games. And then Rondo, Destin, and then 2 more Wrangles after that. Let me get my settings going here. Haven't spectated in a while, so I'm figuring some stuff out here. All right, we've got a northern circle going on. Now, in this league, we do have the circle closes because there's still a few players. We have the circle close early, so you can see where we're going first. Second circle is about the same size as the first one. So we should have 1 or 2 teams going Cabrera on the west side here. Another couple teams going Power Grid, San Martin, Hacienda. East side of the map, I'm not sure how much action we're going to see over there. Looks like we've got 2 teams going with each other here. And Killer Deagle and Toten. No, they're going to stop early on power grid. Astray and S'mores. Let's see how we're doing over here. Wobble and Daddy Cannon's team. That'll be the Gorillas. And the Daddies are landing pretty close to each other. Looks like we won't be getting any early action here. We'll keep an eye on this for now. Let's move out of Illinois. Looks like he's going to go with the 5-5s for this game. We shouldn't be getting any action until at least the second circle here. Looks like everybody's pretty well spread out. We've got the Daddies and the Gorillas and the Lowriders all in the center. Now, the Lowriders are only playing with one player for the first game. I understand the Cambro is a little late, but he will be here. So we'll see how Mikey Holly does without him. Nobody in the center is going to be making any sudden moves here. We should have another 20 or so seconds until we know how this circle is going to move. We'll get some rotations going at that point. Ratness running with the Bolty. Looks like a lot of 5-5 action going on in this game. Lots of Ogs, lots of minis. Very easy to control if you don't have a lot of attachments. Not as powerful as the 7.62s, but definitely more manageable at a distance. So it's understandable why some of these teams are going to go that direction. Looks like we got a circle change here. Okay, the Roof Rats, the Deagles, Eagles, and Shake and Bake, as well as Fire and Ice, are all going to have to move into the circle here. I don't expect we'll get a whole lot of action. We might get some in this crossroads. I'll keep an eye on it. Fire and Ice, I'm not sure how they're going to rotate in, but they might have to go through the Rattlers to get, if they want to go to the east side here. Looks like the Roof Rats taking a car in. They're going to stop for a second one. Very solid plan, especially on this map, to have multiple cars. Lots of flipping, lots of mistakes. Okay, the Daddies are moving north, away from water treatment. Looks like they're going to try and get away from the Gorillas. They may not have everything they need. And there you go. There's an example right there of why you need two cars. Just a few seconds later, we're going to flip and lose one of them. Eagles are going to play right on the edge of the zone here. Now, these first two circles don't do a whole lot of damage, but after this circle pops, you're going to get quite a bit of health tech. You don't want to stay out there for too long in this league. We only run 10 or so teams, which is about only between 18 and 24 players usually we have, so we try to discourage people from playing out in the circle for too long. Now, the Roof Rats are going to be driving right along, right between three teams here. They already avoided the Gorillas. We'll see if they can avoid the Daddies and the Lowriders here as well. So we're going to get some shots over from Daddy Cannon. Looks like he'll miss and he'll give up on it. Now here come the Eagles. Let's keep an eye on the Eagles. They may be getting some action here in a second from these two rotating teams. Pavjo and S'more to S'more got second place in our league. They only lost by 1 point to Astray and Mojave. So this is a very, very solid team right here. Now it looks like the Deagles are going to get just past the Eagles. They're going to take the wide route around. Shake and Bake has already avoided that. Let's take a look over here at the Deagles. Looks like, yeah, they do know that they're chasing a team here. We could be getting some action here in just a moment. The Roof Rats and the Rattlers are also in very close proximity. Yeah, in the next probably 45 seconds, we're going to get some shots going off. Now, Killer Deagle did play in our league. Patchy the Pirate is a newcomer. I have no idea how he's going to fare. Killer Deagle did very well. I believe he got 4th place or 5th place in our league. So again, another solid team. Now they're going to hold up in this compound. Looks like everybody's funning themselves into some compounds here. Yeah, the Eagles have secured themselves. And the Deagles on the southeast side of water treatment. Everybody's going to hold up momentarily at least. Phase 4 will be moving in about 10 seconds. Now we do have Fire and Ice rotating in here. I don't know where they're going to go. A lot of these compounds are already taken. Let's keep an eye on them. Looks like they're going right to Mikey Holly. The Roof Rats avoid the Rattlers on their way in. Fire and Ice looks like they've changed course here. They're going to make their way up the mountain. Now they may have to stop between compounds here. Oh, they're just going to stop at the bottom. At this little shack. Okay. Rats is going to take the compound at the bottom of the hill. So no action yet here. Now the Rattlers are moving in very late. Every spot's already been taken here. And they're going to take some shots. Some Fire and Ice. Let's take a look in. So it looks like they won't land anything here. But they are going to rotate up the mountain. Rats going to find themselves the Rattlers as they make their way by. Exchange some gunfire. They're also going to take some shots from up the mountain. The Roof Rats could find themselves in quite a predicament here. They can't get out of this spot in just a few moments. Looks like they're not quite ready to rotate yet. Now Doug's going to take down... Let's get out of Illinois. I missed that. Let's see how they handle Sergeant Wobble. Looks like they don't know where he is yet. I was going to make his way down the mountain a little bit. They haven't spotted him yet, but Wobble does seem to know where they are. He's going to walk out into the open here and take some gunfire from Wobble. appear to have lost his location as they're still dumping utility down the hill. They don't have the wall hacks like we do. I do have the roof rats coming in behind him. Hellspawn could be in a pretty bad spot here as he rotates. Yeah, he's going to take some shots from Stanley Cup from behind. There goes Hot Smoking Gun. He's our bounty of the day. Animus collects on the first bounty. Doug's going to take down Wobble. Animus will finish off Fire and Ice. They're going to collect themselves 4 points right there. Now, Killer Deagle and Patchy the Pirate are making their way up the mountain as Shake and Bake exchanges some gunfire down the hill. Now, Hellspawn might be walking into a trap here that he doesn't know about. Oh, he hears him now. Killer Deagle, our second bounty of the day, could be in trouble here in a second. Second bounty of the match, rather. Hellspawn misses quite a few shots on a very free kill there. Nice nade from Patchy. But he's not going to collect on that kill. It looks like these two teams are going to hole up around their houses. Careful not to make any big mistakes. Now, Mikey Hawley is out in the blue here. He could be in trouble. Just barely on the edge of zone. It looks like rats don't know that Mikey Hawley's above them. Oh, no, they definitely know. Doug's going to put some damage onto Killer Deagle and Patchy the Pirate. It appears that both these teams are very low on utility. Lots of smokes, but not a lot of lethals that they can throw in here. Animus collecting 2 bounties in the same match. And then losing his life for it. Now Mikey is going to get the down here. It looks like he may have a rotation and his ashtray has moved down. He's going to be in quite a spot here. Zero smokes to his name. He's got no way to get any cover crossing this field. Lowrider waiting for Cambro. Maybe in trouble. And there goes Mikey Hawley. Again for the Rattlers. Now, Pav Joe lost his partner to Blonde Man during that action. He's going to find himself between 2 teams here. We'll see how he gets himself out of this one with only... Oh, out of smokes now. All he's got left is that one on the launcher. He's going to die to the blue here. Not giving away his points to anybody. Now the Rattlers have found themselves another down against the Roof Rats. They are on an absolute tear with 8 kills already. They do know the whereabouts of Radness, but he is safe for the moment. The Rattlers have also gotten the circle to fall their way. with Blunt Man as the last remaining member of the Daddies, and Shake and Bake making their way in. Blunt Man is going to lose his life to Shake and Bake as they make their way into the circle, taking fire from the Rattlers. Animus is going to go down a second time. Radness gets his down and he's able to make his way farther into the circle. Looks like he hasn't been seen by Hellspawn yet. Mr. Hoyt is going to take some fire from Hellspawn. He's also going to get followed by Radness into the circle here. Shake and Bake with 2 alive, not looking in a very good spot, unfortunately. Looks like they have secured a spot inside the circle at least. Now Radness could play spoiler here as he comes up behind them. It looks like he hasn't given away his position yet. Oh, he has to Hellspawn though, and he's going to lose his life to the circle as well. Toten, with just a sliver of health, gets a first aid off. They're not in danger just yet, but they will be shortly. Like Rattlers are your first winners of the day. With 10 kills, collecting over 1,200 damage. Here are your standings after round 1. Only 3 kills by teams other than the Rattlers. Alright, we want to keep the action moving today. So let's make our way over back to the bounty wheel. Liquid Monkey, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. For the second game of Miramar, our bounties are going to be Ronbo, for $5. Let's remove him out of there. Make sure he doesn't get picked twice. And Mikey Holly of the Low Riders for another $5. Ronbo and Mikey Holly. All right, let's get some action in here. I'm gonna go interview Hellspawn and Animus in their last game. Hey guys, how are you doing after that big win?
I'm feeling good.
That's how I always play, man. That's just normal shit. No, we
Animus.
overachieved. We overachieved a little bit.
Animus collected both bounties that game. How does that feel?
Oh, did I really?
Yes, you did.
That's awesome.
What was the key to success there? You guys had 10 kills. There were only 3 combined between all the other teams.
I don't know. I was messing around with my settings a lot today, so I feel like I'm shooting a lot better than I usually do.
Okay.
Yeah, I just didn't do anything stupid.
Well, that's
I just listened and shot my gun.
Yeah. I mean, good rotations. You got in lots of gunfights. You did take a couple downs, but overall, very, very successful game for you guys. Good
Yeah, I
luck in
think
the
we were
next one, guys.
fortunate because we never got focused by two teams. I
Mhm.
think that was really fortunate for us, you know. But
Yep.
Cool, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Good luck. All right, we will be back in just a few minutes with round number 2 on Miramar. I'm going to go take a quick bathroom break. All right, welcome back for round 2. Now, Animus collected both bounties last game, making himself $15 on the day. We are going to have lots of water in this circle. Not a lot of playable area. At least not as much as usual on a map like Miramar. Now we're going to have 3 teams in Los Leones. Let's take a look in here. Make sure we're not getting any other action elsewhere while we wait for this to come in. We're also going to have 2 teams landing at the warehouse over here. Okay, Killer Deagle and Patchy the Pirate are going to back out of there. Let's take a look in to Los Leones between the Daddies and Fire and Ice. Already exchanging fire early. Hot Smoking Gun going to go down less than 30 seconds after landing. It looks like he's not going to get pushed immediately. Stanley Cup may be able to go for the revive here. Daddy Cannon is going to realize that he has a teammate nearby. Looks like all the other teams are going to be avoiding each other, at least for the time being. Blunt Man going to finish off the team. Stanley Cup and Hot Smoking Gun. Now, the Deagles find themselves in quite a predicament here. Oh, actually, they do have themselves a car. So they may be able to get out of this. Shake and bake with no early aggression. On to the Deegs. Looks like we're not going to be getting any early action here. Killer Deagle going with the MP5. It's quite a choice. That may be all he has, but still. Especially on a map like Miramar where you need the ranged fighting. That could be detrimental later on if he's unable to find anything else. Now, Circle is going to shift out about, looks like 5 teams. Only 3 remain inside the circle. Now, Thirst First is in a very good spot here. Center circle. They won't have to move for quite a bit, at least for another two phases. They're good to just sit in there, as are the Deagles. Now, Hellspawn and Animus, who won the last game, are going to have to rotate through at least one team on their way in. Let's move out of Illinois. And Sergeant Wobble and the Gatka Guerrillas are going to be on foot. It looks like they weren't able to secure themselves a vehicle. We shouldn't be seeing any more aggression here in the next few minutes. Unless the Rattlers take a bad rotation in. And the Daddies have spotted the Rats. It looks like they're going to exchange a little bit of fire here. But they are going to back off. Make sure they get their position in circle. Pav Joe and Astray are league winners. Moving into the circle here. They're not going to play edge. It looks like they're going to make their way into the center. They may be running into some friends here shortly. Okay, they will not run into any friends. Let's take a look at how the Rattlers are doing on their way in. They will be close enough for the guerrillas to hear them momentarily, that we may get some gunfire exchanged here. They will avoid the guerrillas. Now, Doug likes to play, Hellspawn likes to play these compounds at the bottom here. We'll see if he sticks to that plan as he usually does. Yeah, he generally likes this church, and he will stop here with his new teammate, who he only played a few games with him this season, but they are familiar, father and son. Sergeant Wobble, and let's move out of Illinois. They're going to make their way into the circle. It looks like they're going to cross the path of Hellspawn and Animus here. Possibly. Yes, they're going to make their way into the compound. Now we're going to have 3 teams crossing paths here. Let's take a look at how Shake and Bake handles this. Exchanging fire, but no damage. Here come the Eagles in behind. Now we have 4 teams and about 3 compounds here, so we should be getting some action here shortly. Mr. White and Toten chasing down Pavjo and Smortasmore. Trying to, at least. Haven't given away their position just yet. Now Mikey Holly has gotten his teammate back in Cambro. Stray and Radness still way out in the circle here. Looks like Hellspawn and Animus are going to try and sneak up on Killer Deagle and Patch. Patch the pirate here. They will easily take down Patchy. Killer Deagle's going to take shots from all over. Looks like he's going to try and get his car and get out of there. He's going to put himself in a really bad position here. And Pavjo will finish the job. There's going to be some more fire exchange between the Rattlers and the Erangel Eagles. Mikey Holly, who's got a bounty on his head, is way out in the circle right here. Looks like Hellspawn's going to try and make his rotation up the hill during this sandstorm. Well, they're going to get pushed by Pav Joe. Now Pav Joe and S'mores are about to find themselves between two teams. Let's take a listen in.
I knocked him.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, I got my kill. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay. We're getting tougher.
Fuck. Yeah. Here. Res again. After you smoke, yep. Got shot from like orange mark, I think.
Your orange mark can smoke.
Alright, it looks like they're going to make their way out of that, at least temporarily. As Mikey, Holly, and Camber are going to save them from our winners of the last match, Animus and Hellspawn. Now, S'more and Toten are going to split kills. Oh, Toten actually killed himself. I'm not sure what happened there. Now, we're going to have a lot of rotations coming in here. Camber and Mikey Holly are going to make their way up to Pav Joe and S'more. It looks like they don't know yet. Now they hear them. Mikey Holly coming in clutch to keep their game going. Now I should be getting a rotation in here from the daddies and from the roof rats momentarily. They could be running themselves into the gorillas. Now it looks like Daddy Cannon and Blunt Man are making their way unsuspectingly. Sergeant Wobble at least seems aware of what's happening here. He knows that somebody's coming that direction. Wobble with the kill on Daddy Cannon. The Blunt Man's going to take some fire from a third party here, looks like. And he's going to fall to Wobble. Now, it looks like Cambro and Mikey Holly have spotted the last two remaining teams, but that's not going to help them all that much here. They are in a very bad spot. They're gonna have to make a wide rotation all the way around to try to avoid the guerrillas. Now, Ratnus and Destroyer are in prime position here. Let's take a look at their comms.
So we'll see. Where them heads at? Feet? 70? 85? Flash. Wobbles on the corner here.
Couldn't have met it. So me.
3 again.
Now, Stray's gonna fall there, unfortunately. That'll end their game. But the bounty might be Holly. We'll stay alive here. And he's gonna finish him off. Mikey, Holly, and Cambro. Cambro coming in clutch after not playing in the last game with 5 kills between them. There are your Game 2 standings. We will be back in just a moment. With the rolls. Give me just a second. All right, we're back with the third roll. Let's see who our bounties are right now for this third match. Toten. Four. How much is Toten on the board for here? Toten is on the board for $5. And a Stray, our league winner, is now going to be hunted this game. Also for $5. All right. Give us just a few minutes, and we will be back. I'll be back with an interview in just a moment. As I type this in. Let me get all my information in here. I am doing a lot of stuff today. Commentating, spectating. All right. Let's go talk to our winners there. Where are they in here? Cambro and Mikey Holly.
Hello.
Hey, fellas.
Hey,
Great
Spud.
game
there.
there. Mikey Holly staying alive through the bounty.
Yeah,
Dude,
my heart's
Spud,
pounding right now.
were you in the house? Were you the solo?
No, he's
I'm spectating,
observing.
buddy.
Oh, you're just observing. Who was
Yeah.
that?
One of the teams was Astray, and I don't remember who the other team was. But either way, great game from
Wobble.
you guys
It was-
coming in clutch after the first
Dude,
match.
I
Having to play
was
by
like,
yourself,
Mikey.
Mikey.
Yeah, I apologize to him for that. I was helping Grant get his stuff set up today.
Still getting 6 playing by myself. I'm still happy for that one.
Oh yeah.
What
I
do you
told
think
him- I-
What do you think the secret was coming in there, Cam? After not playing the first game, you
Uh,
don't know how everybody's playing today.
I told Mikey, I was like, listen, I can get shot. You have $5 on your head. Just chill. Let me do the peeking. I took shots on almost every team in the last 2 circles. Like we rolled up behind Dougie and them, and I don't think they heard us. He went and popped a smoke and went to res, and I literally peeked over and I was like, oh my god, he's rezzing right here.
Well, hey,
And then
great
we
game,
didn't
guys.
do anything
I
until
gotta,
the end, dude.
yeah, you were able to stay alive. You got around the rats.
Dude,
You
we
got
used the
around
sandstorm. We used the
Sergeant
sandstorm
Wobble.
to run straight through the open
Mhm.
field.
Yeah. Well, good luck in the next game, guys. I gotta head out.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Talk to you guys soon. All right, we will be back. We are not quite ready yet here for the Destin match. We'll be back in just a minute. Hey, Doug. Did you guys already start? Tobias Games, thanks for the subscription, buddy. Well done in the last match, winning out. We do have some Destin here. Looks like we'll get one team out early. That's going to be Fire and Ice. We shouldn't be getting any immediate action here. Why isn't this letting me spectate him? That's strange. Okay, Canberra's going to secure a car. Oh, no, he's not. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm looking at here. Mikey, Holly, and Toten, the Lowriders, and Shake and Bake are all going to be landing here together. We could be getting some action here early. We've got two sets of teams that are in very, very close proximity here. We've got the daddies over here sharing Barcliff with the Gaka Gorillas. Looks like we're not going to get any fireworks, at least for the moment. Let's take a look back between the Lowriders and Shake and Bake. They are well aware of each other's presence, but no aggression yet. Now, Toten is one of our bounties for this game. Looks like he's going to make his way away. Try to get away from Cambro and Mikey Holly, our winners from the last game. Now, Cambro and Mikey Holly appear to want some action here. As Toten and Hoyt appear unaware of what's coming towards them. Cambro unable to spot yet. Shake and Bake appear to be making their way towards a vehicle to get themselves out of this situation. No other action around the map yet. We'll keep watch on this. Not sure of any fireworks yet. Cambro and Mikey Holly making their way towards the circle rather than towards the fight. They seem to have given up on it. Yeah, Hoyt and Toten have secured a car. At least the location of a car. They haven't secured the vehicle yet. And they're wasting a lot of time here on a team that's not even around them anymore. There's another car down the crossroads here. Yeah, Hoyt and Toten way out in the circle, wasting time on a team that has no interest in wasting time on them. Let's take a look in Barcliff. Bluntman and Daddy Cannon moving farther north. It appears that neither team has spotted each other yet. Bluntman and Daddy Cannon are flanking around. Trying hard not to give away their location. Very quiet first circle here. Toten will make their way past Astray and Ratness. These teams don't appear ready for combat yet. Let's see how the rotation goes. Past the roof rats here. Now here come the lowriders making their way into North Tarita residential area. They're going to take a little bit of blue damage, but they have secured themselves a vehicle in case they get desperate. Now Stray's got a bounty on his head. We'll see how conservative that makes him. They did not engage earlier. They're going to make their way down the road. Let's take a look at Daddy Cannon, who's making his way towards Sergeant Wobble. No shots exchanged in the entire game so far. The guerrillas are going to make their way out of Barcliff, unaware that they're being chased by Daddy Cannon and Blunt Man of the Daddies. But fortunately for them, the Daddies appear also unaware that they're chasing a team. So that'll give them a little bit more time to make their way in. The circle's going to feel very small here shortly. Most of the teams are making their way in north where there's no compounds. Shake and bake. Has heard the lowriders and in they come. Down goes Mikey Hawley. And in comes the utility from Toten. Animus is going to, with the team kill. Onto Hellspawn, but he is going to take down Killer Deagle. We'll see how he handles Patchy the Pirate. They are going to be fighting the circle here shortly. Canberra and Mikey Hawley are also going to fall while we're watching this action. Down goes Animus, who's already collected 2 bounties today. Now this is phase 4 in this league that is going to do quite a bit of damage in the next 40 seconds or so. Patchy the Pirate is going to try and dispose of these guys and take their vehicle because these 2 teams are going to be very short on time here in a few seconds. Looks like they're going to get their loot. Get out of here. Patchy the Pirate's going to be in a lot of trouble here. As he starts to eat blue damage. Animus and Hellspawn wasted a lot of time in that fight. We're going to lose one of them, looks like, maybe. Does he have band-aids? Oh, no, we're going to lose both of them. Down go the Rattlers. Daddy Cannon's going to steal one of those kills from the blue. Looks like they're going to kill a parachuter just as I'm coming into the action. And down goes Stanley Cup. Now, Patchy the Pirate is still alive out here. I don't know how he has enough heals to make it through this. He's going to be chasing Blunt Man and Daddy Cannon. Looks like he's going to make it through. In an ice cream truck, no less. Now, both of our bounties are still up. Ashtray out on the east side here. Toten on the north. They're going to be fighting blue here as well. They do have a vehicle. So they will be okay. They are about to run into Patchy the Pirate, though. Mr. Hoyt unable to secure any damage. Now this spot will keep them safe temporarily, but they're not in the circle. For the most part. It looks like there's a little corner that they can play in. But they are going to have to move again here in just a second. Patchy secured himself a compound in the circle. Astray and Radness making their rotation. Looks like they're going to play Edge on this game. Just trying to keep Astray alive. We should be getting some action here between the Gorillas and the Daddies in just a second. They both seem unaware of each other's presence. Not anymore. Down goes Blunt Man. One each on each team. Daddy Cannon able to survive for the moment, but he's going to lose his teammate. Daddy Cannon already lost his teammate, may lose his life here in a moment. And that blue zone grenade, very good throw. And he's going to finish them off. Daddy Cannon coming in clutch. Now we've got just a little tiny pool house, but no large houses in. Looks like the roof rats will get half of their house to stay for the moment. Daddy Cannon unaware that he killed both of those players? Patchy could secure himself a bounty here from an unsuspecting Toten walking into this shack. But they should know he's here, given the, unless he moved his, no, his ice cream truck is still there, so they should know he's here. Or somebody's nearby, at least. No major movement yet. Pav Joe looking for those players that were fighting out on the west side. Daddy Cannon moving in on them. Now Toten and Hoyt could be moving in on a player. Accidentally. And down goes Cannon to Pav Joe. Let's listen into Hoyt as they make their way in with a man trailing.
Could be over on that ridge, possibly.
Someone's gonna be in that house there. This might be cleared. Yep. On red. He's headshot.
Good shit. Where did he go?
He's gonna be inside the house, right?
Okay.
Oh, behind here in the blue. Oh no, I mean,
Oh, I got
Patchy's
third
a little
party, dude.
Patchy's a little bitch. Patchy just lied on prone.
Now they are going to fall there to the trailing man, unaware that he's coming in behind. Patchy secures himself a third place finish, at least, with more room for improvement. I need to check who killed Toten just for 1 second. I'm sorry. Oh, Patchy got him. Okay. That was Toten. Patchy will secure his bounty. Now, Ratness and a Stray will stay alive here for a second. Can they take down Patchy? They will. Two of them stay alive for the moment. Exchanging fire between Snore. A Stray with a $5 bounty on his head. Let's see how well he can finish off this match. We're moving into our final circle as it closes in. Down goes a Stray. And Radness will fall as well. The Erangel Eagles with the win. 4 kills, 400 damage, and 2 assists. Well done to them. All right. I am back in the lobby. Let's take a look at our next bounties. Mr. Hoyt onto the board. For $5 in this next match of Rondo. And our second bounty. Oops, I forgot. 1 second. I didn't remove Mr. Hoyt. Did I press remove? Okay. And it'll be Blunt Man. I need to remove Mr. Hoyt. I forgot to press the button. Oops. And Hoyt. Here we go. Blunt Man with a $10 bounty on his head. All right. Let's go get ourselves an interview with Pav Joe and S'mores. Hey guys, how you doing?
Hi.
Well done in the last game with the win.
Thanks.
Avoided
Fine.
a lot of contact till the end there. Ended with 4 kills.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you think
We
you
were
guys were
slow to
able to
warm
survive
up.
that?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
How were you able to survive to the end of the game there? You were in the house, you had to make a
We
rotation all the
played
way
kind
up.
of Yeah, we kind of played passively at the start, and we saw where a team landed across the river, so we kind of just held the dam for a while to see if we could hold them out. But I think they went a different route, so then we just kind of got lucky on the circle and kind of just slow played it in the center and just kind of played. And then once it shifted after out of the houses, we just played the edge and held our ground. Got shot at from up the hill, but we just kind of let that go for a bit to let them, since we didn't shoot back at them, just let them get third partied since they made noise. And then once they got into a fight, then we try to be opportunistic and get the kills. And then I'd say the last team, I think I just had to jump on. I had to jump on them because I crept to the left a little bit further than expected, and then proned and tossed the smoke back toward Smarty S'more. So
Yeah.
they were kind of looking that way.
Yeah, you definitely
And
caught us
then,
straight off guard
yeah.
in the grass there.
Yeah.
And got into the 2v1 at the end.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much how it went.
All right. Well
Yeah.
done. Hey, good luck in the
Cool,
next
thank
game,
you.
guys. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Give me just a moment, and we will be back in a few minutes with the next round. All right, welcome back, everybody. Now, the plane's gonna be mostly out of the circle here. Let's see how the teams handle that. If we... Looks like Hellspawn and Animus are gonna find themselves a vehicle and make their way north. We're gonna have two teams trying to take terminal here. Looks like we're gonna have quite a few teams running for the crossroads. I'm not sure where these teams are stretching to. But we are gonna have the Gorillas and Shake and Bake in the same compound. Now perhaps Joe is going to see someone to shoot at here. But he won't secure any damage. Let's take a look back at Gorillas. We also have two teams in very close proximity here. A lot of action could be going on here shortly. Have Joe. I hear the mortar going off. I'm sure that's him. He will secure some damage, actually. Shake and Bake getting it down on Illinois. They're going to move in on a wobble, see if they can take him out early. They will secure their first kill at least. Here come Astray and Radness. Down goes Radness to wobble. Let's see how he handles this. Down a teammate. Looks like Radness is going to get abandoned by Astray. Blonde Man taking down Cambro. He will take down all of Lowriders, sending them into 9th place. Now, Mr. Hoy's fighting Wobble to keep his bounty alive. They know he's still here, but they seem unaware that he's on the rock right next to them. Wait for them to walk into his crosshair. They haven't heard him move yet. I think they may know that he's on the rock. Nope. Down goes one. Can Wobble take down the second one of Totem? No, he cannot. And Hoyt will keep his bounty alive for himself. Now, Stray's teammate still has not died yet, but he will make his way across the map here. And Wobble will collect the kill on Radness. Now the circle's interesting because you can tell that it's probably going to be on the south side here, which eliminates about 60% of the map. So even though it's only phase 3, this circle's going to feel really small here shortly. With most of the playable area being on this south island here. Deagle. Picking up his teammate, Patchy the Pirate. The Daddies, Shake and Bake, and the Deagles all still need to make their way into the circle. It looks like they're about to find some friends here in just a second. Exchanging fire from the cars, but no damage. Looks like they're going to get chased here, with all these teams fighting over the bridge to get across. Deagle and Patchy have stopped. Looks like they were ready to get into some combat, but Shake and Bake not having it. Now Bluntman and Daddy Cannon are making their way in from the blue here. They could be running into an opponent in just a second. Now why Patchy and Deagle are running, I don't know. I don't think they lost their car. I'm not sure why they didn't take the one they were in unless they ran out of gas. Now, Daddy Cannon's eating quite a bit of blue damage here. He's got to be careful. They've only got 30 seconds until this circle moves. They're going to lose quite a bit more damage any second here. Blowman's pulling a flank off. Actually, the Pirate laying in the grass. It's like he's going to see Bluntman. Bluntman keep himself alive for the moment. Deagle seemingly abandoning his teammate here. Taking a lot of damage from that VSS. Down to just 1 HP. Deagle stays alive on the rock. Deagle, in desperation, trying to get into the Hyundai. Takes a big shot from the Car 98. But he is going to get the car away from Bluntman and Daddy Cannon. Now Deagle's going to make his way into the gunfire of Toten here. Just cannot get away from the carnage. Patchy the Pirate, Killer Deagle's teammate, will go down to the blue. Now let's take a look at how Bluntman and Daddy Cannon are going to make their way across the bridge, because they're about to run into Toten as well. And they're running out of time because phase 4 is going to really hurt. Now, fortunately, most of the bridge is in, so they should be okay here. Looks like they're thinking about crashing Toten here. And they might. Let's take a listen in as they crash this compound.
He got me pretty good. Let me get around behind this. I will not die to Hoyt.
Of course.
Ah!
Wow.
Drilled me.
Toten's gonna collect on the bounty of Bluntman. Smoking gun. He's gonna get into a firefight with Hellspawn. He's gonna take down one. There's no 1v1 with Animus versus Smoking Gun. Animus is gonna catch fire from somewhere else. He's in a very bad spot here. And he's gonna go down to Smoking Gun. Now, S'more and Pav Joe are going to exchange with Toten. But they find themselves in the best position here. Mostly center circle. In a compound defending houses. That's where you want to be at the end of the game. Lots of shots taken with Hot Smoking Gun, and they cannot land here. S'more and Pav Joe emptying their clips trying to take out Smoking Gun and cannot do it. Now every team is going to have to rotate here. Once again, S'more and Pav Joe in the best position, with the circle moving north into their nearby compound. So we're going to have to see rotations here from Astray, Smoking Gun, and Shake and Bake. Killer Deagle, the last remaining of his squad, is going to come in late. He might be able to, if he can avoid the fire of Hot Smoking Gun, he might be able to sneak his way into the circle here. And he will not. He's going to find his way into the crosshair. But get some help from across the way. Mr. Hoyt to save the day. Now Stray, in Roof Rat's fashion, is walking as slowly as he possibly can into the circle here. Just trying to stay alive. Get his placement points. Smoking Gun again, avoiding fire from two teams. It may not be the players. It may be Smoking Gun forcing them to miss. But he and Deagle are going to be fighting the circle here. We could lose 2 players to the blue phase 6. Yeah, that takes about 6 per second. That's a lot of damage to take from the blue. And down goes Smoking Gun to the blue. Now, in all this carnage, Toten... What is happening to my game? The Deagles will fall. But that means that Mr. Hoyt and Shake and Bake with his teammate Toten will make their way in on the coast here. In excellent, excellent position. The only thing they need to worry about here is Astray spoiling their game, because he could be behind them at any moment. Astray is going to be the only one who needs to rotate here. And he is way out of the circle. And he's going to take shots at Hoyt. He can't secure himself a down, but he has given away his position to both teams, and his rotation is going to be incredibly difficult at this point. But he will collect. I'm sorry, not him. But Hoyt will collect on his own bounty. As he has reached the top 3. So he does not have to give that money to anybody other than his own bank account. Now they've given up their beach position, or their cliff position here, because of a stray, but a stray rotated the wrong direction. So they will be able to retake their spot. Very good position here to end this match. Everybody else will have to expose themselves well before they do. Now Stray's going to go prone right on the edge of circle. Trying to get himself a top 2 finish without having to do much work about it. There shouldn't be any major rotations coming in here. Joe and S'more can play their own respective walls. Wait and Toten can play that cliff without exposing to anything. And a stray will chafe his belly in a bush. No action happening yet. Toten and Hoyt are going to be in the best position. They can play this hill here. And here comes a stray on the move. He'll have to expose himself before anyone. Let's see how he handles it. Looks like somebody knows his location. We have Joe emptying the belt. And he's going to start making himself a smoke wall so he can push across. He'll down Toten. Can he take down Hoyt as well? S'more's going to fall. She's not getting back up. It's a 1v1v1 here. A stray takes down Hoyt. It's going to be a stray versus Joe, and Joe is going to die to the circle. Excellent game from the daddies there without the win, though. Just one kill with the win for Astray and Radness. They lost Radness early. I believe Radness was the first one killed in the game. And Astray comes out with the win anyway. Let's go see how the Australian pulled it off.
Ooh.
What's going on, fellas?
Oh man,
What up,
dude,
Spurs?
that was so cool.
I just ended the round screaming. I just Mikey Hollied that because he usually plays solo.
No, you,
I got knocked out so quick.
Yeah, you lost Radness.
Oh,
I believe
man.
you were the first kill in the game, Radness.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And then Astray
I
was able to
cruising down the
chafe
cruising down the
himself.
street and I got ejectocito.
Yeah, I just seen him because we split vehicles and he went towards like an area and got knocked, and I'm like, man, he's dead. He's dead to me. I'm driving on. This is a solo match.
he was like halfway down the map. I'm like, just keep going. He's like, yeah, that wasn't even a fault.
Yeah, I didn't even contemplate going back. And then he was alive for like the longest time. He saw like 2 or 3 groups fighting each other, and he's like, oh, should I go back and res him? Like, yeah, nah, that's a long way. Oh man, I'm really happy with that. That was really
Yeah,
good.
you were able to stay on the edge of the circle for the end there while the other teams killed each other off.
Yeah. I had to camp so hard that round. I wish I had a like bounty that round. That would have been amazing, but it's fine.
Yeah, you did kill Hoyt, but unfortunately he made top 3, so he'll keep his own bounty.
Yeah.
But well done, guys. Good luck in the next
who
game.
got the one on? Who
Thank
got Bluntman?
Bluntman was killed by Toten.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
must have missed
yeah.
that.
Good luck in the next game, guys. Thanks.
Thank
thanks,
you.
man.
All right, I'm gonna hop over to the desktop here. Let's get our next bounties up. S'more is our next bounty. 4. $5. I think. Yeah. S'more for $5. Remove. And our second bounty. The game will be Patchy. And Patchy will be on the board for $10. Okay, let me type all this in. I will send this out to the guys, and we will be back in just a few minutes with the next match. All right, welcome back. We are going to have a northern circle here. Plane's going right over the southern half of the circle. We're going to have a lot of contention here to try to get to the north side. Looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 teams all fighting for these crossroads. But Guerrillas are going to win. Guerrillas are going to win that race and take down Cambro. Now they're going to try and hit Daddy Cannon. Patchy. Do some damage on Daddy Cannon, but can't take him out. He's just going to try and stay alive while Bluntman collects a gun. He would be smart to get out of there. And he will. Looks like we're also going to get some fire onto the parachuters. Cambro gone very, very early in this game. So Mikey, just like in game 1, will be on his own, trying to survive. Now it looks like Smoking Gun and Stanley Cup are going to make a large rotation here, all the way over to Georgia Pool. They might be smart to take shooting range on the north side here. They know that most of this north half of the circle is clear. They could just play the houses here. These are very good spots. But they are going to make their way over to Georgia Pool and give up some valuable space in exchange for better loot. Looks like we'll have a pretty slow first circle other than losing Cambro right at the beginning. Now we are going to get a large rotation here in just a few seconds. And it's to the north side, the spot that Stanley Cup and Smoking Gun just gave up. Fire and Ice could have had all of this position here to play with. They exchanged it for loot. Now here comes Housepawn and Animus. Looks like they're going to be making a late rotation here and again exchange for loot rather than taking the space. Let's take a look at how Patchy rotates with his teammate Killer Deagle on the Deagles, because they could be running into a team that they're not ready to fight. Yeah, they're going to take a lot of damage from crashing that motorcycle and have a team looking at them in just a few seconds. Looks like they spotted him, but did not take the shots for some reason. Interesting play here. Very interesting play from the Gatka Guerrillas. Now they're going to run into another team here between Toten and Hoyt. Patchy not at full health, with a bounty on his head. Could lose his head here. Deagle's going to take the damage instead. Now It looks like they're going to escape the danger. They will survive for now. Hellspawn and Animus could be crossing paths with Fire and Ice here in a second. We'll see how Fire and Ice rotates out of Georgia Pool. And they will not be in any danger. Now Stray and Ratness again opting for the edge of the circle. We'll see how this plays out because they are going to be across the river from the remaining circles. So they're going to have to cross. See if they go to find a vehicle or if they opt to just swim over. Looks like a Stray's making his way to the northwest. Probably to find a vehicle, but for now looking for more loot. No danger coming in for anybody yet. Everybody has made their way into the next circle, and it's going to break to the southeast side. Now, most of this was out earlier, but this end circle could end up on either side. Hoyt and Toten with Shake and Bake. Representing their server today. Had a very good spot, but they give it up to take Rozok for some reason, but they're going to engage with the Erangel Eagles here in a second. I'm just going to run over his teammate, S'more. Now, S'more does have a bounty on her head, and she's going to be down from her own teammate. Avjo will survive temporarily. Let's take a look at how he handles this. A man on the roof and another man down below. And no teammate to help him. He will survive for the moment with a man on his roof. That's going to make it very difficult for him to leave this house. Now, S'more might lose her life here without even getting into any combat. Man taking some shots earlier. Looks like they're not in any meaningful combat. So we'll hang on here between Shake and Bake and PavJo. Oh, they will down Killer Eagle, actually. Let's see if Patchy's able to save his teammate, or if he's gonna save his own bounty instead. Yeah, he will not get Killer Deagle back. PavJo kills his own teammate, S'more to S'more. Unfortunately, he's not going to collect the bounty on his own teammate. That's not how it works. But he will be down and friendly anyway. PavJo down to 1 HP. Toten opting not to help his teammate. He's just going to hang out on the roof here and let his teammate exchange some gunfire. Now Wobble And the Guerrillas are going to get into some combat with Hot Smoking Gun and Stanley Cup here. Looks like neither of them are going to go down. Let's take a look back over here at Hoyt. Taking down Pavjo. Taking on Pavjo. Not taking him down just yet. Pavjo just conserving for the time being, trying to collect some placement points. He knows there's a man on his roof that's going to make his rotation very, very difficult anyway. Let's see if Hellspawn is able to collect on Sergeant Wobble. And Illinois, he will. He'll get one, and he'll get both. 2 kills for Hellspawn in just a matter of seconds. Still 8 teams alive going into Phase 5 here. That was the first team fully eliminated. Looks like Pavjo realizes he's out of the circle. He's going to need to make a move here momentarily. He's only got 2 stuns and a smoke to his name, though. That'll make pushing out of this house very, very difficult without any lethal left. He used a molly earlier. A lot of these teams opt for lots of ammo. As you can see, Pavjo's got over 400 rounds and not a lot of utility. That makes, when you get stuck in places, that makes it very difficult to get out. But it does mean that you can spray a little bit more. Let's go back over here to Animus. Taking down Smoking Gun. The Smoking Gun will go down. Stanley Cup will also go down to Patchy the Pirate. From a secondary location, someplace you never want to be. Now, it looks like Mr. Hoyt is going to move on and try to keep his team alive while Toten tries to secure them a kill over Pavjo. Now, Pavjo is not afraid to lose himself to the blue. He's done that time and time again in the past, trying to keep points from other teams rather than engaging in combat. Down goes Hoyt to the blue. We might lose 2 more teams that are too scared to fight each other, just sitting in houses. Toten gonna go down. Down goes Pavjo as well. 2 teams lost to the blue on that rotation. Just because they're too scared to make a move. And they will lose not only the kill points, but the placement points as well. Now we're going to have to see a big rotation here from Ratness, Bluntman, Daddy Cannon, and Mikey Hawley, excuse me. Looks like they're about to run into Bluntman. Down goes Ratness. Stray playing without his teammate, but Bluntman and Daddy Cannon are going to have to make a rotation here with Mikey Hawley trailing. Looks like Daddy Cannon spotted a stray on the back side of the bridge. He's about to be under Bluntman. But Bluntman unaware of where he is. Teammate didn't communicate very well, and he's going to die for it. Apache's going to take shots at Mikey Hawley, and he'll take him down. Apache preserving his bounty. With just 4 teams left, he needs to eliminate 1 more person to collect. All he needs is for a Stray and Daddy Cannon to finish this fight before he can die. Looks like Hellspawn's going to come in behind and maybe collect both.
I'm not with you.
It's fine. It died to the zone. We're up against one person.
Oh.
I see him. He's right there.
Nice. That was much better.
Yep.
Spawn's going to collect on his second win of the day. Not a lot of excitement on that win, but they get it done. 4 kills. 474 damage. Well done to them. All right, I'm going to jump back in with them in just a second. We'll get you guys an interview. Hey guys, well done.
What's
second win of the day?
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. Thank you, buddy. I'd like to thank God, you know what I mean, for helping me get to this spot. My mama, my coach, for always believing in me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's about it.
We got to listen to the end of that with you guys. Not a lot of
did you?
excitement on that win.
Oh, I mean, this is just normal day in the office, man. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking, man. Fortunate game, man. We had a good rotate. We rotated from George Pool, and we were trying to be the first team up to the north, and the circle shifted hard, and it was the worst circle shift I ever saw. We took fire from 2 different teams trying to find spots, and we eventually went to the shitty blue house on the top of the hill. Lucky that it was the top of the edge. We had 2 teams fighting above us, so we knew we were there, and we just kind of executed well when the teams rotated down. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very good rotation. There was a
Thank you.
brutal circle. Was not
Yeah,
expecting that to fall on the south side of the river there.
Yeah, for sure.
But well done adjusting
Thank
to
you.
it. Good luck in the
Thank
last
you.
game today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Let me pull up the bounties for our final game today. Oops, did I not remove Patchy? Okay, Daddy Cannon. Give me 1 second. Four. A $5. All right. And our final bounty of the day. I think I have a couple in here that I forgot to remove. We'll make sure we don't get a second one here. Radness. Radness has not been chosen today, so good for me that I messed up and still get some help from the random wheel. Radness, our final bounty of the day is going to be a $10. Okay, let me get all this information in. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the last game of the day. All right, welcome to our last game. We've got a perfectly centered circle with a pretty close to centered plane path. Looks like we're not going to have any early... Well, we might have some early action over here with Toten. Shake and bake. Right near fire and ice. We are going to have a team at school and at apartments. Let's take a look over here and see if we exchange any gunfire near school. And we will get some early shots going towards Cambro again. Hoping and praying that he's not the first killed. Second game in a row after his unfortunate splattering last game. Looks like that's going to take a break for at least a moment. Now Stray and the Roof Rats are pretty close to the Erangel Eagles here. They should be rotating here shortly. We'll see if we get any fireworks over here. All the teams are pretty well spread out other than the two in school and the two in prison. Those are the only two places we're going to get some action early on. They seem to have given up on each other, at least for the moment here. We'll see how long that lasts. Both of these players opting for 5.56 loadouts. Again, easy to control. S'more and Pavjo are moving in on a Stray and Ratness. I'm not sure if they're aware yet. Based on the moving car, I would suspect that they're not. Looks like they're going to get away, though. S'more and Pavjo getting active early. Unable to capitalize, though. Let's take a look back in on the low riders. Still haven't engaged in any meaningful combat over here. But they are looking for some. Wobble's going to spot Cambro first. Neither are able to do any damage to each other. Mikey Hollywood will land a shot on Wobble, but unable to get the down for the push. Now, Hellspawn and Animus, again opting for the late rotation in. Hopefully it pays off for him. It has worked twice today, but typically not a very good way to play the game. You just play too late, you run out of space. But fortunately, they got some circles to fall their way today. They will exchange some damage again. Cambro will eat a headshot. Neck shot, rather, from Wobble. He doesn't take any helmet damage. He'll get the down onto Wobble. He can't get the finish, but they should be pushing off of this to capitalize off of their damage. Looks like they're not going to get into any meaningful combat. Let's look at the rotation from the daddies. Could be going right into the roof rat's hands here. Over on the east side. They seem to know somebody's in there based on the way they're moving through this. They must have seen them earlier before we were able to bounce over. Habjo and S'more unable to secure a car. They're going to start eating blue pretty heavily here shortly. Must have just gotten incredibly unlucky with these car spawns because they've run almost a full kilometer without finding anything. Now Cambro's going to make a push here off a Wobble well after the down goes off. Oh, is he going to try and steal their vehicle? That could be the play here to get them to get their rotation secured for the next circle. Cambro looks as if he's just going to wait it out for a moment. The closest car is between another team. So this could be a very detrimental thing. Very detrimental play for the Gorillas. If Cambro's able to steal their vehicle here. Now, if he'd have cooked that nade, he might have gotten Wobble with it, but unfortunately he sends an uncooked raw grenade in and gives away his position. But he will make them back up, so he does have a chance to steal the vehicle. But he's not going to. He's going to try and push and get the kills here. Now Cannon, who's got a bounty on his head, is going to make his way up the hill. Unbeknownst to both of these teams, it appears. Illinois and Wobble will give up the roof. They have already secured themselves a car, so they'll be able to get out of this unscathed, relatively. They've got plenty of boosters. I'm not sure why they haven't used them to get back to full health. Looks like Illinois realized, or Sergeant Wobble still, with 10 boosters in his pocket, has not used any. Now Wobble's gonna drive right past the Rattlers. No gunfire exchanged. Looks like the Rattlers are gonna just take edge zone here. Have Jones S'more have made it into the circle. They will be able to walk in if they'd like. Looks like they'll make it most of the way up the mountain at least before they exchange into gunfire. But Hot Smoke and Gun could find Illinois here shortly. He has no idea this fire and ice is up here. Stanley Cup will land a shot onto Wobble. Can he land two? No, he cannot. Wobble will get away and get a heal off. Looks like Illinois. Maybe we get some shots off here. It looks like they don't know where Illinois is. Let's take a listen in. Wobble in Illinois as this unfolds.
Ooh, buddy. All right. He's up there.
We have a guest in our chat listening. He might have went down to the left. Oh, they're getting third party. They're also getting. Wait, it's like dual third? Like 2 different teams coming? All right, here we go. How would my crouch be blocked while I'm walking? Not smart.
Rat. He's laying down next to the tree. The hill turret. Running. 2 teams fighting.
Stay there.
Why she just always up here? Oh no, he walked into the smoke.
They will pull off the third party, but they'll get third party themselves. Wobble survives for the moment. Just hiding from Animus and Hellspawn here. Both of the bounties still on the board. Daddykin on the east side. Radness on the south side. Looks like Pavjo's partner unfortunately lagged out, so he's going to have to finish this off by himself. And Animus will finish Wobble. Now, the Rattlers came into this game with a commanding lead after their 2 wins. So you're gonna need some big game coming out in order to overtake them. I don't know if anybody's gonna have the juice in them to finish it out. Have Joe getting third partied. No, he's not getting third party. Excuse me. Daddy Cannon coming all the way around for the flank. Have Joe sitting between a rock and a fiery place. Not a good place for him to be right now, but he's gonna live momentarily. Go spot Blunt Man. He'll get him down. Can he finish off Daddy Cannon and collect the bounty on him? I have Joe completely unaware of where Cannon is. He will stand up, but he will not announce himself. I have Joe looking. Cannot find him. Daddy Cannon will go prone again. Now, Cambro and Mikey Hawley could play spoiler here if they can get up the hill just high enough to see one of these guys. But it looks like that's not going to be able to happen just yet. The circle will shift hard away from every single team. Everybody's going to be fighting for position here shortly. Avjo knows he's got to move, and he's going to walk right into Daddy Cannon's crosshairs. And he'll collect the bounty. Well done with the bait in the car to get Daddy Cannon to announce himself. Now Rattlers have a chance to keep out the Deagles. They've got to walk right into their trap here. With the roof rats coming in behind. Looks like neither team knows about this. Down goes Deagle and down goes Patchy. The Rattlers will secure themselves a 4th place finish. Now the Rats will be coming in behind here shortly. They could very well spoil this for the Lowriders and for the Rattlers. And just as I say that, down goes the Lowriders to have Joe. Taking the only team in circle out of it. Now they're going to make a big rotation here. I don't think they know that the Lowriders have been eliminated. But they're going to set them smell the smoke wall anyway. Have Joe, can he collect on Ratness? He will. Pap Joe collects both bounties here. And he's in a 1v2 to finish this out. Outside the circle. With Hellspawn and Animus waiting. He's got to move here. He's got himself a wall. Can he get to the tree? He's got another smoke. Setting a path. And he'll just go into the blue and die. The Rattlers, with their 3rd win of the day in 6 games, they will absolutely win the tournament. Well done to everybody. I'll be right back with an interview for you guys. Hey, fellas.
Hey,
3 wins today, 2 in a row.
that's crazy, man. Aaron Gill's our map, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you had a very good rotation there at the end. You guys got caught down the hill, and then fortunately the other teams were able to dispose themselves for you, so you could get up, and then Pav Joe got rid of the Lowriders, who had perfect circle position, and he got rid of them for you, so you could make your way in at the end there.
Yeah, dude, he crushed it, man. He always does, dude. You know what I mean? Like, anytime we're playing in like our season games or anything, and like we knock somebody and it says Pav Joe, I'm like, take him out, get him out of here. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Always.
Yeah, he had a
So,
very good,
yeah.
very good weekend for him, and
Yeah,
even better for you
sure.
guys though.
All right.
That'll
It's
absolutely
nice,
get you the win for the weekend.
Yeah. Awesome, dude. Awesome, man. Hey,
Mhm.
I really enjoyed your stream too. Like obviously I'm not watching it while I'm playing. First of all, like the audio is just too distracting and stuff, but like in between games and stuff, I was watching, or like when we died, I was watching.
Mhm.
I really enjoyed it. I think you did a great job with it, man. And
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
for sure. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Well, congratulations to you guys. I will get the bounties
Thanks,
in,
man.
and
Thank you.
yeah, good job. All right. That will absolutely get the Rattlers the win. As you can see coming up on the screen with the update, 68.5 points for the Rattlers. 2nd place for the Eagles. That is Pav Joe. Wonderful weekend from him. Let me get the bounties in so I can announce those. Give me just a second. I'm going to mute myself for about 30 seconds or so, and I'll be right back. All right, our bounty winners for today. Our overall winners, the Rattlers. First place is the Wrangle Eagles. Third place is the Roof Rats. They will all collect on placement prizes. And our bounties for the day: Blunt Man collected $5. Animus collected $15. Patchy also collected $15. Astray with $5. Mikey Holly with $5. Toten with $12.50. Hoyt with $7.50. They each collected a half kill on Joe's team kill on S'more. And then Pav Joe collected $15 in that last game. So thank you all for everybody that joined us this weekend. Congratulations to our winners, the Chumacera Rattlers. And I hope you guys will join us in the Arena gaming community for more tournaments. And I will see you next time.